you can definitely tell that he is Stephen King's son because bullies run this town.
There you go.
Stephen King has just like one or two bullies that select a couple of kids to beat the shit out of. In this town, this movie, bullies run this place. They run this joint, man.
Bully town.
It is bully town, man. I don't even. How the hell is this killer snatching up these kids? Because they are vicious. They would beat his ass. The moment they saw this fool with a top hat, they would beat his ass just for looking stupid.
With that top hat on.
Yeah, they would beat his ass just for looking like that. Let's go ahead and get into this next film right here. Horror movie that Martin and I, well, I don't know, maybe me more than Martin can relate to, because back in the 70s and the 80s, boy, they was snatching kids up left and right. Or you were terrified of being snatched up. There was a serial killer out there. There was a new serial killer every week.
Yeah.
Shit, my parents didn't have to tell us to come in before dark. We ran that mother, locked the door.
Oh, we still stayed out playing anyway.
Shit, you did, I did. Shit, they had said that there was a serial killer out there. Shit, I ran in. It was 4 o'clock. I'm locking chains and shit on the door. What you doing, boy? Man, they out there. Yeah, the hell with Jason and Michael Myers. Yeah, we had real shit. Yeah, so this movie taking place in 1978, the Black Phone. Hey, look, that's a story within itself. Just kids getting snatched up by real life serial killers. And I say real life for the movie. Nothing kind of, again, no Michael Myers or no supernatural thing like Jason.
No slashers. Just a creepy ass dude.
Just a creepy ass dude. That is scary enough in itself.
Right. You don't need some immortal killing machines with a machete.
No.
When you got just people out there.
But yet, that wasn't enough for this movie right here. Ethan Hawke looking like an evil magician running around.
Yeah, for real.
It wasn't enough. No, we have to have a haunted black rotary phone that actually plays, well, one would hope, a very clever part of the story. In this movie taking place in 1978, got a kid named Finn. He's already having a bad day, man.
Life is not good for Finn.
Man, he getting beat up. The girl he want to talk to ain't paying him no attention. He throws a home run at the game. He ain't having a good day. No. And then on top of that, a goddamn evil magician snatches his ass up and puts him in bed. It just is not Finn's day, man. Poor old Finn, boy.
Of course his name is Finn.
Yes.
Aren't they all?
Yes.
It is a typical kind of name for that.
Yeah, with a name like Finn, you're going to get snatched up by something.
Yeah,
I wasn't even going to grab you, but your name's Finn?
Yeah.
Just get in the van.
Stop bullshit.
Yeah. Shit, boy, he hit every check mark. No girl, bullies, can't play sports, kidnapped. But lucky for him, when he's kidnapped, he's put into the
lucky.
I was about to say, wait a minute, lucky. Yeah, he's put into the basement. Because this is the time when also every killer had a suburban dungeon.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it was easy to put together.
Hell yeah. Shit,
they sold kits at the Home Depot.
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry, there was no Home Depot there. It would be the Ace Hardware store.
Yeah, man. Christian Grey had nothing on this mother. I mean, he lived in a suburb where you ain't even allowed to have a basement, but somehow he had one just for snatching these kids up. And he puts them in the dungeon, and we don't know. We figure like it's some very, very disturbing things that are happening, to Finn over here, man. But fortunately, the spirits of the prior victims, they've been putting all these clues together. They found just enough stuff around the room to come back to life or come back to the land of the living through this phone for just a little while and give him just enough information to possibly, hopefully escape. Maybe. And people are saying, how does all that work out? Boy, that's a lot. Boy, that ain't even the beginning. It's just a couple of things in this movie that goes in a lot of directions. Normally we say when a movie goes in a lot of directions, has a lot of ideas that they want to present, it's trying to do a lot, we say that that's bad. This movie does have a lot of ideas, it is doing a lot. Is that a bad thing in this case, though? Let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer for The Black Phone.
Please hurry!
Ooh, creepiest damn thing.
Before it was even a script for a movie, this is a short story written by Joe Hill. And if you don't know the name Joe Hill, you definitely know his father. And this is Joe Hill right here. Joe Hill is the son of Stephen King.
I mean, you can look at him, and
You can look at it. Hell yeah. I mean, this is how maybe less cross-eyed, but this is how Stephen King looked when he was a kid. It's amazing. But the thing is, you can definitely tell that this is Stephen King's son right here, because
Stephen King's DNA is in this movie.
It's in this movie, but you can definitely tell that he is Stephen King's son, because bullies run this town.
There you go.
Stephen King has just like one or two bullies that select a couple of kids to beat the shit out of. In this town, this movie, bullies run this place. They run this joint, man.
Bully town.
It is bully town, man. How the hell is this killer snatching up these kids? Because they are vicious. They would beat his ass. The moment they saw this fool with a top hat, they would beat his ass just for looking stupid.
With that top hat on.
Yeah, they would beat his ass just for looking like that. Man, the bullies, they run this town so much. They run in gangs and beat up people, but the adults just have the police on speed dial. They just pick up, they at it again.
Yeah.
They go.
And the police say, "What do you want us to do?"
Yeah.
Wait, which one of the bullies is it? Ooh, I ain't going down there.
They're firmly in charge. I'm sorry.
I mean, this is not a town. This is the apocalypse, man. With these feral kids just running around just beating the shit out of each other. It's crazy. But with this film right here, like I said, man, 1978, great setting for the movie, because the movie starts out I like the way it starts out, and like if I didn't know what this was, I think it would be pretty cool the way they just kind of steer me in different directions without me knowing. It starts out as sort of, it feels like it's going to start out as a slice of life, a coming of age movie.
Yeah.
You got. And they do it without being too overbearing, man. Like they got the songs that play, they're playing Free Ride at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You seeing people in all the tight ass 70s striped shirts and everything.
Right. Riding bicycles
Riding
everywhere.
bicycles, and then it gets ominous real quick, and then it starts going into the serial killer story. And at that point, after the serial killer story is introduced, which, look, we got enough to work with right now. Now we bringing in the supernatural, and I'm like, God damn, boy, you just throwing in everything. Is there a talking dog in here somewhere or something? But so it's doing a lot and does all that work together. Now, I would say there's a great portion of this movie that does work. One of the things that don't work I have to just listen, it's not going to make or break the movie for me. I do have to say, though, Ethan Hawke in the movie, he does give a great performance. Now, his performance is great. I think as far as, and the reason why I think people will be talking about him is because we have never seen him be this creepy before.
Sure. I mean, we just saw him as the villain in Moon Knight, but nothing to this effect.
Well, even as the villain in Moon Knight, he's still pretty cool. He's pretty,
Right.
As the villain in Moon Knight, he's actually pretty nice and polite.
See, this neighborhood used to have the highest crime rate in all the city. Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, that's a nice ass villain, man.
Right.
Just going around, just greeting the people. Hey, having a good night.
Hey.
I'll kill you later. Have a good evening.
Yeah, he's up to something, goddammit.
Yeah, man. You've never seen him be this creepy, this slimy before. I'll get into what this character is like, how that character plays out later. As far as the performance, though, I think it's for Ethan Hawke, just as a change of pace, something different is great. Now, and he's also got a creepy name. He's called the Grabber. That's just goddamn, boy. He's straight to the point.
When it came to the papers and the police, they didn't have a lot of imagination.
They should have not. What does he do? He grabs people. All right, the Grabber. But okay, look, I don't want to be asshole Corey right here, but because I'm not going to say kids deserve to be grabbed by this guy or caught by this guy. I'm not going to even say the police, I'm not going to outwardly say the police are stupid, but goddamn, how can you not catch a grown-ass man riding around in a broke-down black-ass van in a top hat
With no windows.
In a van full of black, not just balloons, but black-ass balloons, dropping shit in the middle. When he gets out the van, shit, oh shit.
Evidence of shit falling out.
Hey kid, can you help me out? I mean, look, if you get snatched by that mother, You kind of have it covered.
I don't necessarily so much feel that way. Because I was like, I think it's a pretty clever way he has of snatching these kids with his, distraction. Hey, it's what a magician does. It's all about misdirection. Throw something over here. But I only take a little umbrage to it because they noticed somebody out snatching people.
That's what I'm saying.
So with so many kids have been snatched at this point that somebody randomly comes up and is like, "Oh, look at me! Hey, you want to see a magic trick?" Like, you should be like the minute somebody that you don't know comes up, you taking off and going the other way.
I'm sorry, when you hear about a man grabbing people and kids that that are dying, and you gonna get close to this dude?
And yeah, you ain't never seen or heard of him
You
before.
ain't never, and he look weird.
look at
man,
him.
with goddamn powder on his face and a top hat, dressed up in his black ass shirt, this 90-degree weather, and the police. You too. This man's driving around in a black government-looking van with abracadabra on the side of it.
Yeah.
That calls attention to. He should have serial killer on the side of it because he gives himself away. I mean, that's the only thing. Now, I ain't gonna let it slide. I'm gonna take points off of that. I'm not saying it ruins the movie for me, but it's just come on, man. That was kind of an obvious thing right there.
Yeah, it's a convenient thing that he's able to do this without getting caught.
But Ethan Hawke, I wish there was more to his character because he's great. His performance is great, and it's effective. The character, there's nothing really wrong with the character. I would only say that he plays it in the way that a typical crazy serial killer plays it. He's got these nervous tics and mannerisms, and he's just he's eccentric, and that's that's the most of that character. Now he's not the center of attention here either.
Right. Well, just the less you know about him, the more nervous you are because you're like, what's this guy's deal?
They're like, okay, let's make a really good Halloween costume this year too.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Because he's got that mask, and I say the mask is effective because it does play up to his character. He doesn't take the mask off completely.
It's in two parts.
It's a two-part mask, or actually and it comes with different accessories.
Yeah. You can change your expression.
Like they should. Halloween costume, get an action figure of this dude.
I know.
You can just keep changing the faces on him.
Man-eat faces.
Yeah. Because it looks like sometimes it's frowning, sometimes it's grinning, sometimes it has no mouth at all. Sometimes he has the bottom part off, sometimes he has the top part off. I thought it was kind of cool that he never took the mask off, though. That did make him very creepy.
You're scared and you want to go home? I'll take you home soon. This face?
And as you can see, when it's completely put together, it's a Willem Dafoe face. If I was Willem Dafoe, I'd sue, man. That's me. I ain't bullshitting nobody.
I ain't never been that.
Probably one of the most the hard to watch scenes of violence in the movie is not done by the killer. I mean, it's hinting at what he does, and of course, what he does is a lot more horrifying. But this. I don't know, man. Shit, I looked at this movie and like, damn, was I abused? I used to get my ass whooped like somebody in this movie right here.
Well, I tell you, man, one of the things when it was done, I was like, I immediately got to look up Scott Derrickson. I mean, I know who he is, the director.
Yeah.
But I went to look up when was he born? 1966. That was the year after I was born, because he captures that 70s childhood so perfectly, and especially when it comes to getting whippings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, shit. You see people, I am, and also it's also sold by the young actress. The way she cries, I'm like, that's how you cry from a whipping.
It sure is.
Yeah, I was like, man, it made me realize, like, I haven't seen a kid get whipped or cry in a movie in 20 years, maybe 30. But this captured it. I was like, oh shit, this is taking me back.
Boy, they got a scene in here that is clearly child abuse, and I was like, then I was abused because I got my ass beat like that.
Just like that, yeah.
Shit, I was like, I hate to tell y'all. Shit, I don't know. Maybe that's the father of the year right there. I don't know, man. But yeah, he caught that part of the 70s. Shit, that wasn't abuse. That was parenting back then. Yeah, I don't know who that little girl is that was in that role.
I looked her name up before coming over here, and then we started the show. I was like, it went right out of my head.
That's
someone
too bad.
with an M or two M's.
Starts with two M's?
Yeah.
Oh, Madeline McGraw.
That's it.
Yeah, Yeah, Madeline McGraw. She's brilliant in this, man. She's the little girl in the movie, the little sister. God damn, really? They ain't gonna. Let me see here. They didn't put that. They ain't giving Google and gave her no credit at all.
Really?
Yeah, everybody in there, I like side characters, minuscule characters, man. They get more credit than she is, and she's one of the best actresses in the movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me see here. Madeline McGraw. Yeah, that little girl was great, man. And there she is right there. And I got to tell you, but between her and the kid that plays Finn,
Yeah.
her brother, I loved them in the movie because they were looking out for each other. They were protecting each other.
Yeah, everybody likes to go to the antagonistic relationship between siblings, and it was nice that this didn't do that.
And I'm
I
not
like
talking.
that,
Yeah, and I ain't talking about against Dad. I like shit. That little girl whooped up on some bullies. But yeah, one dude looking at her like, God damn, what'd you do to me? Hey man, get your sister. Yeah, but the kid who plays Finn, Mason Thames, man, he's really good too.
Yeah.
There's a moment where he has a great moment in the movie, man, because what I like about him is that he's real strong, man. He's not obnoxious. He's not wimpy either. You know, he takes an ass whooping, keeps on going.
Yeah.
He takes an ass whooping from everybody, from the bullies to that killer, and he just gets up and just like, well, just another day in the life of Finn.
My daddy hits harder than that.
Yeah, there's a point where he's used to getting so kicked while he's down with Ghost start calling him. He's like, hello? Yeah.
Yeah, what you want?
Yeah, shit. I don't give a. Well, what do you need? So yeah, you're a ghost, sure. Yeah, it doesn't faze him, and there was something about that I liked, man.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, he's really good.
I mean, honestly, his ability to take a punch ended up being his biggest asset.
because he's used to it.
Yeah.
Shit, a punch, a kick.
He's like, you don't need without Finn, goddammit.
Yeah. Yeah, and I gotta tell you, man, somebody that you haven't seen for a while, who is really, well, maybe you have, and I just haven't seen him in something for a while. But this guy, he was all over the place in late 90s, 2000s. But Jeremy Davies, man.
Oh, yeah, because he was on Lost and Justified.
And he was on Hannibal.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But here he plays the, quote unquote abusive dad. First of all, this dude he's giving it his all, man. I mean, I almost felt bad for him because he really was like, I don't like whooping your ass, but you bringing this shit on yourself. Now, most like be like, you wrong for that. But I'm like, you know what? I believe him. I don't want to do this shit, but you brought it on yourself. I was like, man, he is great.
Yeah, he is.
Jeremy Davies is great in this, man. And I tell you, one of the things that is great about his character is that he's not played to be like the bad alcoholic dad. There's a lot of dimension to him.
That was the interesting thing, because him coming on being the alcoholic dad who can't do nothing barely talk without sipping vodka, and you watch him beat the little girl, and you do think, oh, the alcoholic asshole dad, and the longer it goes on, you're like, man, I kind of feel sorry for this guy.
No,
He's struggling.
Yeah, exactly. And because there's a lot going on in his life that they tell you about in the movie. And it's like, wow. I mean, it's not cool to take it on your kids, but you can see that he's doing this for a reason. It's not right, but I understand his reasons. Mm-hmm. There's something in the movie that I did. I don't know if it's a real problem. I just didn't think it was necessary. And I'm going to tell you about that in a little bit. But I am going to tell you what is necessary. And hey, look. Hey, maybe I'm about to tell you not necessary, but you need this. You need honey.
You need Jesus.
You need Jesus, and hopefully Jesus can get you some honey. Now, I ain't talking about the bee juice and jelly. I'm talking about the service honey right here. Thing with honey is that online, you know that there are coupon codes for a lot of items out there, a lot of items that you're looking for. And a lot of those you just can't find unless you do a lot of searching. So honey is a free shopping tool that will search the internet for coupon codes and promo codes, and it will search the best deal and apply it to what you're buying and put it right there in your cart. It'll let you know ahead of time that you're saving some money, getting a good deal. So here's how it works. I've explained it to you before, but if you haven't heard it already, so the way Honey works is, you're shopping online, favorite place to do your shopping, place you go to regularly. And when you check out, now on the side over here, if I was to go to a site shopping somewhere, you would have a button that comes out on the side. And all you have to do is click it to apply any coupons that Honey has found. It is that simple. Now, also what I like about this is that sometimes they'll tell you, don't you buy that. Don't you buy that shit. They're gonna be lowering the prices later on. I promise you, man. If you want to save some money, if you can just wait for a little while, we got you. I mean, go ahead and buy it now if you need to. But I'm just saying, they pulling the okie doke on you trying to get a come up. And I have used this. I just bought, and it's going to be coming over pretty soon. I just bought a wire that I need for one of the speakers over here that's not working properly. There's no sound coming out over there. I think the wire is out. So I just bought a wire, and Honey gave me a discount. I think like 15% or something like that on that. But I've had more. But for that wire, it gave me a discount. Save some money nevertheless. And you can too. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's just something that you should have to be just a smart shopper when you're shopping online anyway. So get it for free and let them know that we were the ones that told you to get it. Go to joinhoney.com/toasted. Help us out. Help yourself by getting those discounts and coupon codes out there with minimum effort. And I want to thank Honey for sponsoring this portion of the show. And I want to thank all of you out there for your support. Okay, so with this movie, again, there's a lot of things that work in this, man. I'll tell you, it's a great crowd pleaser. And in addition to being many things, having elements of a coming of age story, a period piece, a thriller, a horror movie. Shit is almost like a video game. The way they keep telling him all these clues to put together.
Yeah, you're right.
I almost say like this should have been a video game because they keep telling you these clues to put together, to use in the right order, in order to get a little further.
You were so right about that.
Yeah, man. I thought, and if, hey, you know what? And if, being that it's not a video game now, make one. Mm-hmm. Be one of the kids that he had earlier that got out or something.
That is so dark, though.
It is.
A game where you're trapped by a child or, a child abductor in their basement.
Yeah. But, yeah, it works that way too, man. So why, what in effect what it does is it even though it's a movie that probably, could be a video game, people are seeing this kid pick up these clues. They're seeing him like almost getting out, if you just do these things in the right order. And the audience is really into it, man. The audience is really captivated by seeing this kid be able to escape. I don't think they need to do some of the things that are happening here. And some of these things are probably stuff from the book. Again, something that has a very Stephen King element in here. The little sister, she got The Shining. Now I don't say it, but she has dreams predicting what's happening with these kids. I don't think it makes a lot of sense. I don't think it's even needed. I think in a way it's just kind of it's a narrative shortcut for some things that are happening too. There's so much working in this movie, and that's one of them that.
You know what? You were right about that. It's just. She was just such a joy. Like anytime that actress was on screen, I just loved her. I was happy they were giving her stuff to do. But you're right, you didn't really need that.
Yeah, I actually thought it brought the movie down a little bit because it doesn't really come to any effective resolution. There's no explanation for it. It gives her. You're right. It gives her good scenes. Boy, she cussed them cops out right there. She cussed them cops out.
Rightly so too.
Yeah, they trying to scare her ass. You're like. Both y'all, you ain't shit.
You look at Terry there.
Yeah, what you gonna do?
Both of y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to play hard. Trying to play good cop, bad cop with her.
Yeah. She looking at that black cop right now. Give me a loan with this mother. Fuck him up.
Give me 5 minutes.
Give me 5 minutes with him. I'll his black ass up.
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
She looking at.
It is a 70.
It is. But there's a religious crisis with her. It's very convenient for some of these things that she has, these visions that she has, but they never really explained why there's this specific for certain things. I just think it's not the best written thing in the movie, and I don't think it's necessary. And I think the movie could have done without it. I think it would have streamlined the movie better. But again, the movie works in so many other areas, man. And I also like the way that this was edited. I think everything flowed together very well. I think maybe it just got a little. The editing started to fall apart, and when I say fall apart, it just wasn't as good as it was when it started out. But that's probably at the very end. But man, everything flows very smooth together. And I think Scott Derrickson. I mean, you can tell that he's his heart was in his project, man. He directs it so well. He's very effective with his camera moves. Even the jump scares are very effective. Normally I'm not one for a jump scare, but the way he did them didn't feel cheap at all.
Yeah,
So-
and that was a thing I felt with the whole movie. It's like, wow, I am watching what is technically a horror movie, even though it feels so much more like a thriller.
Yeah.
But having a supernatural element, I was like, okay, I guess that officially pushes it over to being a horror movie.
Yeah.
But unlike so many horror movies, it didn't feel cheap. Like they spent a good amount of time setting up this place where they live, and you get to know and like these characters, even side characters. Yeah, like I said, I was tensed up through most of it.
Yeah. What would you give it?
I'd give it a very high matinee.
Oh, you know what? I'm right there with you. I was on matinee, high matinee. But no, I give this a very positive matinee. It's very effective. Like I said, there's some things that just could have been done to just kind of really, like if I was reading a book and make this a movie, I would have cut some things out to make it just go a little bit smoother, and the dream stuff would have been one of them. But they did give that girl a lot of stuff to do with that. A lot of stuff. They had a really good moment with the dad with that. But no, it's a matinee for me.
And they had a scene that you probably didn't have to include it, but with one of the boys that got snatched, just looking at home movies of him when he was young, and it really hit me.
Yeah. One of the things I guess maybe take some points off. I was worried in the beginning. There's a scene in the bathroom where the dialogue is terrible. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's only for a little while. It's only for it's about 2 or 3 minutes, but the dialogue was terrible in this bathroom, man. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was because of one of the actors, but once that boy was gone, things got a whole lot better.
Was it a school bathroom or something?
Yeah, it was a school bathroom. Yeah.
Oh, I think it was the actor.
Yeah, probably so. But yeah, between and I can nail it again. The things I took the points off for, besides the dream stuff, like I said, the typical bullies. Even though there's a lot more of them right now, I'm just tired of bullies today.
Me too, man. I'm so sick of it. I was on the verge of writing an article about it because I was like,
Please write that article.
Yeah, because I wasn't even thinking about it, and it's like, here they are again. Oh wait, who wrote this? Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, y'all.